no, we're gonna mix it up a bit and do some analysis into Kim Possible. What's Kim Possible? It's not like it's in my name or anything. Okay, obvious joke is obvious. Let's talk about the best thing, chipping. I mean, it's technically about a canon couple, so it's okay. Specifically between the most popular villains in the series, Drakken and Shego. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. We know that Kim and Ron are the popular couple of the series, and they are the OTP, I know. We get a whole season of them being cute, adorable couple, and it's great, and I love it. Most people are a little less aware that Drakken and Shego technically became a couple at the very end of the series. There, you see it? It's right there. Technically. Now, some people who don't know this are kind of a little grossed out at first. I get it. Kim and Ron were always supposed to be together, and Drakken and Shego were definitely not supposed to be together forever. In fact, it was the last-minute addition to the lore, as a way for the Kim crew trying to make the dreams of all the children possible, mostly mine. And kind of like good old Korosami, the build-up between these two was subtle to say the least. And today we're going to analyze it and talk about it, how it's there the whole time, even though the end goal kind of became more clear at the very end of the series. Let me explain. Drakken and Shego's relationship originally was very on the books, sidekick and boss. Shego was written much more respectively early on. In the first episode in chronological order, Tick Tick Tick, for example, the usual banter that they are known for is minimal at best. Their tone for a duo doesn't really start getting fleshed out until season 2, where they start getting more direct attention to not only their plots, but their working relationship. By mid-season 2, it was obvious that they could stand each other and have a working or somewhat working relationship. Or Shego would probably just leave at that point. My theory is that Shego respected his drive for success, and even though he never achieved it, he still got back up and tried again. There's some minor hints here and there about third parties lampshading how people who spend all that time together are still functioning on a borderline friendship level.
She's not my girlfriend.
Don't you think it's time you settled down and met a nice girl?
Ick.
But Shego doesn't even show some direct care for Drakken's mood until the TV movie, for the most part. But she's trying to cheer him up after another failed scheme. See my earlier comment about Shego respecting him because of his ambition and drive. So we end season 3 with the big Kim and Ron hookup and the kiss that burned into my head and will be there until I'm dead. But from Drakken and Shego's point of view, Drakken and Shego were sent to jail after their closest success yet.
But he was so close.
We then proceed to have Shego be broken out by different villains. Not once, but twice. Drakken's kind of annoyed at that. It's seen mostly as a respect thing that people think Shego is more competent than Drakken, and there's some truth in that.
Wasn't it clear that Shego was the only one smart enough to take over the world?
But did you guys see the evil robots in the sky or what? Even still, after Drakken is broken out, Shego shows up. I guess she assumed that he would just bounce back. So a couple things. Point A, for someone who's frustrated to be grouped with Drakken so often, and can be obviously much more successful by herself, she just comes back. She also begins to get super jealous to the point of fighting an alien replacement, or manga. If she didn't like him, she could just leave.
Peace, adios, sayonara, das vidanya, bonsoir, and all those other different languages. Consider this my final bow because we're done here.
It's because she likes him. After that, Drakken gets kicked out of the sky, and Shego presumably goes back on vacation and has sex. Lots of sex. Gee, I wonder why.
Midas has the, golden touch.
So it's undetermined what exactly happened and why Drakken and Shego got over this and started working together again. It's implied in their next appearance, Grande Size Me, that they did recover their relationship somehow, but it's never shown or even implied what happened. My interpretation is Drakken was super mad for a time and Shego kinda gave him some space, then she apologized in a Shego appropriate way, and things were good. But this still took some time. Maybe there was a speech given about how they were better as a team or something, or how they should defeat Kim together or something. I don't know, I didn't write it. Then there's this subtle overarching plot that continues. It's specifically there in Captain Drakken, where Shego is the only one who's able to defeat Kim or something. That's some weird vibes between Shego and Kim there too. I always think at this point Shego doesn't really know what her feels are doing and what is constant, and most importantly, what she wants in her future, and she's clinging to the familiar. After some build-up that's consistent until graduation, when Drakken's in trouble, Shego pulls no punches. She kinda looks genuinely horrified when Drakken is abducted. There's no joking, Shego ain't like, well that was fun, I'm gonna chill on the beach before the world ends, which would totally be in character for her, by the way. She goes up to outer space to save Drakken first, and it gets the world while she's there. Cue awkward hug of awkward.
Yeah, about time you got here.
It's also implied that she changed in front of him. I don't know. I don't make this stuff up. At this point, I think Shigo's kind of aware of her feelings but suppressing it, but it's getting increasingly obvious that something's up, at least to Kim.
There is nothing going on with me and Dr. D.
Nothing?
Nothing!
I always saw to Shego, as proud as she was, not wanting to admit that's how she felt, that she's too much of a dominant figure to like Drakken like that, and that she can control her emotions.
Come on, we'd better help.
See? You do care.
Ugh.
There's also some subtleties for the rest of the episode. There's this scene where Drakken's being an idiot, and you can see Shigo's just being genuinely worried. I see what's going on.
No chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. Give up, or give in, check the green, you're in love.
Then it's how the series ends. Drakken's feelings about the matter have always been a little bit more clearer, but I always imagined that he was never opposed to a romantic relationship with Shego, but I doubt he would ever thought she'd be interested, so he's just a supporter.
I do think of us as a kind of evil family, and families stick together. So if you need me, I'll be there for you.
That's kind of why he freaks out in motion sickness. That kind of 180 is really out of character for Shego.
I'm scared.
But even as early as season 2, if Shigo's in trouble, Drakken shows up with a robot to come save the day. So it's obvious that he cares for her, it's just to what extent she can tolerate him. Now that she's finally come to terms with her feelings, Drakken is kinda down, I guess. I mean, the plant does what he wants, so although Drakken and Shigo's romantic relationship is unclear and all the important stuff starts to happen right near the end, I really think it says a lot about writing characters as a whole. They can change, they can develop relationships despite their personalities, they can be vulnerable and prone to change. So I hope you keep that in mind when exploring your favorite characters in popular media, or writing your own characters. Keep calm and ship everything! And that's all, folks, except it's not time for the ending gag.
This bitch empty!
Keep this discreet, you hear me? I can't let it get out I'm offering my services to randos on the street. It was a quick cash grab. You got it?
What happens in my bedroom, detective, is none of your business.
No time for kissy face.
I like kissy face!
Mark me down as scared and horny.
Yay!
Why are you looking at me like that?
Don't you want to rev up your Harley? Vroom, vroom.
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger!
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Click here to subscribe, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to turn your notifications on to get notified every time we make a new video. Click here to check out the main collaborator for the video, usually the editor. Click here to check out our video playlist for this video, where you'll find similar videos that you might just like, hopefully. There's also a credit scroll here where you can check out all the other awesome contributors. All their info is in the description. That's all I gotta say, KP away!